The National Station of Government Approved Freight Forwarders Electoral Commission (NECOM) has officially announced the commencement of the 2026 Western Zone Chapter elections, following the dissolution of existing chapter administrations and the appointment of interim administrations by the National Executive Council (NEC). Speaking during a special briefing and prayer session attended by interim chairmen of various chapters, freight forwarders, and members of the press, the NECOM Chairman disclosed that the electoral process is aimed at producing new chapter executives who will oversee the affairs of their station for the next 4 years across the Western Zone.
In Nagaff Electoral Commission gathered you to be here today to inform you members and stakeholders alike that the electoral process for 2026 Western Zone elections has officially commenced, following the dissolution of the previous chapter's administration and the appointment of interim administration by the National Executive and NEC. These developments mark the beginning of activities that will lead to the emergence of new chapter executives who will pilot the affairs of the session for the next 4 years across the Western Zone. In line with this, NECOM today, 18th May, officially present the 2026 electoral guideline and timetable to all members, aspirants, contestants, and stakeholders to ensure proper understanding of the rules, procedures, and conduct regarding the electoral process.
According to the Commission, the release of the 2026 electoral guidelines and timetable on May 18th is intended to ensure that aspirants, contestants, and members and other stakeholders fully understand the rules, procedures, and electoral framework guiding the process. NECOM stated that the election process was designed to promote transparency, fairness, accountability, and democratic participation within the association, especially considering the developments and reforms that have taken place in the freight forwarding industry over the past 4 years.
The Commission recognizes the significant development, challenges, and necessary reforms that are taking place within the freight forwarding industry and freight association over the past 4 years. Consequently, this electoral process is designed to further strengthen transparency, fairness, accountability, and democratic participation within Nagaff. Elections are going to be conducted in the following chapters: Apapa, Tinkan, Interim, KLT, Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikorodu, and Semeboda ports. Members are hereby encouraged to cooperate fully with NECOM and conduct themselves peacefully throughout the electoral period in order to strengthen the democratic institutions of our station.
The Commission announced that elections will be conducted in 7 chapters, including Apapa, Tinkan, PTML, Airports, KLT, Ikorodu, and Seme. On eligibility requirements, NECOM explained that new members seeking to vote or contest in the election must register with a registration fee of 10,000 naira and an annual subscription fee of 6,000 naira, bringing the total to 16,000 naira. It further noted that registration with the Council for the Regulation of Freight Forwarding in Nigeria, CRFFN, and payment of the 2026 annual subscription are mandatory considerations for eligibility. The Commission revealed that the ongoing registration exercise for chapter elections will close on Thursday, June 18, 2026, adding that only members whose names appear in the official register submitted to the Nagaff headquarters would be screened and allowed to participate in the elections.
Any contestants for elective position of the chapter election shall be a registered member of Nagaff, a registered member of the chapter where he or she has the right to vote and be voted for, a member with requisite qualifications in freight forwarding practice, or who is currently undergoing courses in maritime related studies. C, an alumni of Nagaff Academy or any affiliated maritime institution. Professional certificates on freight forwarding is an added advantage. D, staff of freight forwarding companies and licensed custom companies shall register individually with Nagaff and CRFN to qualify to be either a contestant or a voter. Contestants for the chairmanship post must not be less than 30 years as a minimum age, and other elective position 25 years. Contestants and voters must be a bona fide member of Nagaff and a registered member of CRFN. For emphasis, if you are not fully registered with CRFN, there shall be no consideration for your participation either as a contestant or eligible voter.
One that members whose names are absent from the register would neither be screened nor participate in the electoral process. The electoral body also disclosed that campaigns will commence on May 18, 2026 and end 24 hours before Election Day. Added that an election petition tribunal would sit immediately after the election at the Nagaff headquarters for a maximum of 2 days to entertain complaints and disputes arising from the process.
Contestants for any position in the chapter executive must show that he or she has been a bona fide member of Nagaff for a period of no less than 2 months preceding the date of election. Incumbents, chairmen, and the executive wishing to contest must show that payment of Nagaff chapter due are up to date, subject to the prerogative power of the founder and the national president for waiver. No compliance attracts disqualification. Nagaff election calendar starts 18th May 2026. Sales of nomination form commences the same dates, 18th May, and end on 18th June.
In addition, former chapter executives intending to contest any position were advised to ensure that all outstanding chapter remittance are fully paid, as failure to do so could lead to disqualification. The Commission also released nomination fees for various elective positions.
Former chapter executives who intend to contest for any position in any chapter must make sure that his or her previous chapter monthly remittance are up to date and duly paid for. If not, he or she may stand a chance of being disqualified by NECOM. Chapters for election. Chapters where election are to be conducted this electoral season are Apapa, Tinkan, PTML, Airports, KLT, Ikorodu, and Central. One right.
On behalf of the electoral process, we especially acknowledge the effort of the interim administrators so far, the chapter executives that handed over, all stakeholders, members of the press, and all distinguished guests present here today. As we move forward, we encourage continued achieve a successful and hitch-free electoral process. We want to thank you all once more for your attention and participation. Jennifer Okonkwo, NECOM Secretary. You have a nice day.
NECOM called on all members to cooperate with the commission and maintain peace throughout the electoral period in order to strengthen democratic institutions within the association. Ahead of the Nagaff 2026 Western Zone election, do well to indulge the service of the Nagaff Cargo Watch to promote yourself and to campaign for that position which you are so fit for. These packages are exceptionally made available for you in the Nagaff platform. My name is Geraldine Anyanwu, reporting for Nagaff Cargo Watch. For more interesting stories from the maritime sector, like, comment, share, and do not forget to subscribe.